Welcome back to Let's Play Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13.
Of use none. If anyone's supposed to protect the people, it's him. But instead, he's hiding away in that palace, presiding over endless banquets. It doesn't look like he's doing a thing to stop the chaos. Is that right?
Yes, and the situation is growing critical. If the city is lost to the chaos, it'll be the beginning of society's collapse. All of the people left in this world depend on the goods that are
Wrong button.
made and distributed from here and use none.
So this city is humanity.
Okay, well, we're fighting this guy then.
Time for action.
Have I done anything with him yet? Maybe. Let's cast some fire on him then. Fire! Weak. Okay. That kinda hurt a little bit. I have not played this nearly enough recently. Oh boy. Wrong buttons. Okay, just so you know, yes, I am a little bit out of practice here. I have to apologize for not playing recently on this. I have a good reason.
It's a hell of a responsibility to be in charge of a place like this. It's not easy to carry the fate of an entire world on your back.
Yes, and don't forget, he's been doing it for hundreds of years now. It's no surprise that he might have grown tired of the burden and chosen to throw it off. I was hoping my instruments were wrong, but I'm definitely detecting a source of chaos inside the palace. It's possible that Snow's to blame for the chaos infusion.
This won't take long. Keep the enemy on its toes. If he's finally given in to the pressures on him and is using the power of the chaos, if his heart is that far gone, it might not matter if I reach him or not. He just won't listen to me.
He might not. I can't guarantee anything. I can't see into the chaos, and that includes human hearts.
I guess that makes two of us. It looks like I'll just have to face him head on if I want to know the truth. Where should I go?
Anyways, like I was saying, I do have a good reason. My reason is basically that that guy's gonna die.
Come and get it.
Was that I've been really busy. I've reached that part in my life as an adult where it is actually really difficult for me to find time to do any gaming, especially recording types of gaming. And so, yeah, I haven't been able to do very much recording, especially for this game, because this game is actually really kind of preparation intense. Okay, we need to head... We're going the right way. Excellent. I need to do a significant amount of preparation for this game. I actually prepared for, oh, at least an hour before starting this up. Can I get by him? Nope.
An enormous weapon.
Anyways.
Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security office.
And she's carrying an enormous weapon. Anyways, can I get up there? I hear an item someplace. There it is. As I said, I've gotten to that point in my life where it's difficult to get everything that I want in one day. So, I have to apologize for that. And this game takes out a lot more time than the average game does. So, yeah, that's why I haven't done much with
Rail
this.
that runs through the area. That'll be your means to sneak in.
She has
Everyone who signed up for the tour to see the show is meeting up at 6 p.m. You have to be at the gate to the industrial area by then.
I know I have to be there by 6 p.m. That's what you told me last time. Okay, I think I'm going the right way.
Description to the nearest security wall.
Let's see. We should be right here. This is the guy I'm looking for.
Welcome! A customer! This is so exciting! What can I get you?
Well, what do you serve?
Anything you want. How about the chef's special made from top-quality recycled materials? Deep-fried niblet hairballs.
Are you sure that's actually edible?
Oh, yes, it definitely won't kill you, I can guarantee it. And since you're my first customer in days, no charge.
Sure.
Nothing ventured.
That's the spirit. Take the plunge, I say. Well, does it make your taste buds sing? Are you transported to culinary heaven?
This is...
Too tart? Too much salt, perhaps? I can brush it off if you like.
No, it's actually really good.
God, that is a relief. I mean, of course it's good. I knew you'd love it. I've been working on the recipe for weeks. Unfortunately, it's not very nutritious. People are more health conscious these days, which is ironic considering the times.
Nutritious or not, you'd think that more people would come back for this.
I think it must be me. I just don't have a head for business. No matter how hard I work, I just can't seem to attract more customers. I've been living on the brink of financial ruin for years now. My son got sick of it, so he left.
You've got the chops to be a good cook, though. Why don't you try to find yourself a partner? You know, someone you trust who has a better head for business.
Now that you mention it, I hear there's a famous food expert here in Yusnan. Apparently he specializes in turning around lost causes like mine. I'll bet... No, I know he could help me, but how do I find him? All I know is his name.
And what is it?
Gordon Gourmet. Despite his fame, he's hard to track down. If you do happen to run into him, could you tell him about Seedy's?
Oh man. In the Glutton's Quarter on Hawker's Row, Lightning meets the owner of Seedy's restaurant. The food is quote-unquote top-notch, but the owner's business sense is not, and his restaurant teeters on the edge of collapse. Even his own son has given up on the business. The only person who can save the restaurant now is the renowned Epicurean known as Gordon Gourmet. Let's do it. Always ready to help out an entrepreneur.
Gordon Gourmet. I'll remember it.
You are far too kind. Thank you so much. I hope you find him soon.
Okay, well then. We need to go find some guy named Gordon.
Palace guards are conducting a search.
Let's see if we can find him. Some outfitter randomly walking around. That's odd. I was not expecting that. Let's see. There's some interesting Flame Spark, Ice Storm, level 3. Interesting. Let's grab that one. Because why not? Dance Macabre. Flame Spark and Ice Storm both. Shadow Trooper. Beat Down, level 3. Kinda like that one. Lightning Shades. Let's do that. I'm running a little low on Gil. I'll wait on that other garb for a bit.
She has rose-colored hair and a
This is the Glutton's Quarter, a paradise for gourmands that serve up dishes from every culture.
this description to the
If the world's ending anyway, I suppose you might as well enjoy your last meal.
They have no chance.
Okay. Well, we now know what this area is. Let's look at the map. The map says that we are to go down that and to... Oh wait, up and around and over there. Yeah, I think there's two ways to get there. So, both of them require us going this direction though.
Palace
So
guards
let's
are conducting a search for
see
the
what we
intruder
can
calling
do. I
herself
think
the Savior.
Upstairs
She has
is the banquet.
rose-colored hair and is carrying
think this
a
is not the
huge
right way.
weapon. Citizens
I know what I'm
asked to
doing.
report
I have a
persons
map.
matching this description to the nearest
I sort of know what I'm doing. I don't need to talk to you. You are useless to me. Come on. It's right there, and I know it. Not that I need to waste any time or anything. Yeah. I'm starting to get the sense that the amount of time that we have is actually kind of short. Which I don't know if I should even have that sense, because I do have the ability to stop time. I just don't use it very much. Okay, I think this is where we need to be. The Mater D.
Hello, welcome.
Business is good.
It is, thank you. Word of our shop's special flavor has quickly spread through word of mouth. This city is known for its gourmet restaurants, but none can hold a candle to the chefs we have assembled in our kitchens.
Best chefs in the city, huh? Lackley mentioned his missing fiancée was a great cook. I wonder.
Ma'am, is there something I can help you with?
I hope so. I'm looking for someone by the name of Filiana. According to her fiancé, she was a fantastic cook. Does this ring look familiar to you at all?
Oh, yes, yes, of course. I recognize that. The woman was a wonderful cook indeed. Though the strange thing is, I never knew her by the name of Filiana.
She may have assumed another name. Was the woman you knew beautiful enough to turn the head of every man in the room?
Now, this is taking quite an odd turn. She was no doubt a very handsome woman, but very advanced in age. I suppose she must have been beautiful enough to turn heads once, but she was undeniably an old woman. Of course, we are all old now, that we don't age, but she must have been quite elderly already when time stopped for all of us.
An old woman? I suppose that can't be Lackley's lost fiancée, but where is she now?
I'm afraid I don't know. The lady in question fell ill and left our restaurant. I believe she moved to Luxarian to live with the support of an old friend there.
Do you know how to reach her? Or that friend of hers?
Unfortunately, I don't know that woman's name or anything else about her. I saw her only once. She was a young woman, and if I recall correctly, wearing a rather unusual hat. Perhaps she was her daughter.
I see. Thanks for your time. You've been a great help. Lackley's ring ended up on the finger of a beautiful but old woman somehow. It's possible Filiana sold the ring. I'm not looking forward to telling Lackley about it, but he deserves the truth. He needs to know.
Well then. Let's go talk to this guy with question marks on his head.
Tell me, are you the famous food expert?
Possibly. I do boast a certain renown in culinary circles. It cannot be denied. I see. Seedy's restaurant, you say? I do hate to see a good restaurant go undiscovered by the dining public.
So, will you help him out? I can take you right there.
Oh no. Seedy's restaurant? I'm afraid you will have to find someone else. I'm sorry.
I can't persuade you?
Impossible. This city is overflowing with restaurants crying out for the deft helping hand of Gordon Gourmet. I'm run ragged trying to keep up. And, well, you see... Right, my rule. I have an ironclad policy. I cannot help an establishment unless the owner approaches me directly.
You just made that up, didn't you? All right, can you do this for me? Just give me some advice now and I'll pass it along to the owner. You don't have to come to the restaurant at all.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd hate to see a restaurant serving fried niblet hairballs go under. Except, if I give advice, I need to make sure that it is communicated accurately, with total precision. And that means my messenger has to understand the instructions perfectly.
Well, I guess that rules me out. I don't know the first thing about fine dining.
Oh, you don't have to be a top chef, or even a garde-manger. All you need is a discerning palate. Practically anyone can acquire one with a little training.
I'm not sure what you mean by a discerning palate, but I don't think I have one.
Trust me when I say it can be found. In fact, a tour of the best establishments of the Glutton's Quarters should do.
The 6 most popular restaurants in the world are found in the Glutton's Quarter. Eat at all 6 establishments and report your findings to Gordon Gourmet. Alright, well, we gotta eat a lot then.
I wish I could disappear too.
Did I already talk to you? I did, okay. I think that's everyone here. However, we can check the various restaurants out. I believe there is a restaurant here that I need to talk to. Where is it? Right here. Okay, excellent.
Guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the
Oh,
Savior.
I just talked to
She has
him.
rose-colored
So,
hair
let's
and
do Snow Special.
enormous weapons.
When offering a complete dining experience to discerning patrons, superb food and excellent drinks are not enough. One must always anticipate the needs of your patrons. I am constantly assessing the dining space from the viewpoint of my customers, the comfort, the decor. Our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the memories they can savor for years to come.
We have mastered the way of the garçon, which means boy, I believe.
That was useful information, but you still have more to learn. You should visit more restaurants in the Glutton's Quarter.
So we have mastered the way of the boy, evidently. I'm not really sure what that means. Alright, let's take a look. We have five more restaurants to visit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I see... Ah, there we are. So there's one straight ahead of us. This should be it.
Welcome.
We have a popular selection of sweets.
Fluffy flan! Now you can buy any of these, but I mean, you're gonna get full HP anyways, so...
Our customers come here to put down their shopping bags and rest their weary feet. Our cakes and sweets are the perfect pick-me-up for just about everyone. We put a lot of love into our cakes, and that's what makes them so good. They're like treats for your palate and soul.
We have mastered the way of the pâtissier. 2 out of 6.
Light, I'm glad you're enjoying all the food, but I hope all these rich meals don't slow you down.
Are you calling me fat? Okay. Should be one right around the corner here. The meat grill.
Step right up. Get the best meat and kebabs in Houston.
We get the he-burger.
Our meat is shipped directly from the wildlands. We use only natural ingredients, none of that synthetic stuff. Grilling and roasting are the best. The key is knowing how to seal in the juices and flavors. And we do that better than anyone else.
We have mastered the way of the rôtissier, which is not the French pronunciation.
You're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Every one of our fish is fresh caught and delicious.
Yes. Starfish and chips.
We get our seafood fresh every morning. Comes straight out of the ocean. Tastes great raw or grilled. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes all the difference in the world.
We have... Oh, the poisoner! Okay. Poissonnier. Alright.
2 more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter.
You know, Hope, it's not like I have anything to say either. I just recently had sushi for the first time a little while ago. It wasn't quite as terrible as I was expecting, so there's that.
Welcome! How can I be of help?
Let's get a green cherry.
From the elegant simplicity of straight spirits on the rocks to complex and fruity concoctions with little umbrellas, we serve all kinds of drinks. Cocktails can be served chilled or warm, shaken or stirred. Everyone has their own preferences. We encourage customers to consult with our staff to create the perfect cocktail to accompany their evening.
We have mastered the way of the sommelier. 5 out of 6.
Almost there, Light. You have 1 more restaurant left to visit.
This is not it.
And how might I be of help today?
Alright, I actually ought to sell some stuff. Let's go to the other items and sort them by things I can sell. Let's sell everything here. There we go. That's probably good enough.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Alright, we have one last place to go, which is down in that area. I think I have to go out around for it, though. That's annoying. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go out around for this area.
Conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons...
Buster Sword isn't that enormous.
to the nearest security
Anyways, like I said, I just had sushi the other day, and it was surprisingly not terrible. It wasn't my favorite thing ever, but, you know.
Come enjoy the healthy fruits of the earth!
She has a pumpkin for a head. Pea soup. Ah.
Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for a well-balanced diet.
You have mastered the way of the entremetier. I cannot speak French.
Well, you visited all the best restaurants. What do you say, Light? Do you feel like you've learned all there is to know?
Listening to scraps of advice from chefs won't make me an expert. Besides, most of what they told me was common sense, and they didn't tell me anything I hadn't heard before.
Maybe you should go back and talk to a real expert. Go to the Banquet of the Lord and see what Gordon Gourmet has to say.
So he's saying let's go back up to Gordon Gourmet, which is up this direction, I believe.
Search for the intruder calling herself the
The lady in the speakerphone is actually starting to annoy me because I always want to stop so you can hear her, but you've already heard her 100 times.
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me give you the advice I promised. If Seedy's restaurant wants to turn its business around... wait, let me ask you something first. You've eaten at Seedy's and at the best establishments in Yusnan. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main difference between the two? I'd be interested to hear your opinion. In your own words, of course.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old Seedy's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say. The best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about Seedy's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure supplies, and that is why he struggles. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, Seedy's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about Seedy's.
Well, a long time ago, let's just say we have a close history and leave it at that.
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurant should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe for success, he just needs the final ingredient.
Civet musk. Seedy's special ingredient can be obtained from the Beast Schrodinger in Central Avenue. Defeat the monster and show Gordon Gourmet the item.
So it turns out this civet musk is a precious commodity.
I actually already got this.
When using civet musk in a dish, a little bit goes a long way.
I want to hope to finish his...
Why don't you let Gordon Gourmet know you have some? He can tell you what to do next.
Right. Anyways, I already fought the Schrodinger here, so...
Ha! I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. Seedy's is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of Seedy's, for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant I'm saving. But back to business. Here, I developed this new and original recipe. I want you to take it back to Seedy's together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and Seedy's the very best. Please tell him that whatever happens, I'll be praying for his success.
We got Gordon Gourmet's recipe.
Lightning, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of Seedy's told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds, Hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
That's what I was thinking.
Seedy's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out. Let's take the civet musk and recipe to Seedy's.
Okay.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you! This is wonderful! How can I ever repay you?
Give me money? Maybe?
This is incredible! Everything is here in black and white! A groundbreaking dish! I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait. This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at me?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish just like the recipe lays out. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, I want him to try it. Truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to Seedy's and work with me. Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch. Would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the first to taste it.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway.
How can you still be feeling hungry after all of that?
Wow. This might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many favors, but would you do this last thing for me?
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
We obtained steak a la civet. Should be a la civet. I'm sorry, it just should be. Alright, where is that? The other way. Okay. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Okay, we are heading back up to Gordon, and I can't run anymore. Alright, here we are. Okay, so I just have a few more side quests to do, and eventually it'll be 6 o'clock.
Oh, do I smell what I think I smell? I do, don't I? That must be my recipe.
Yes, the owner at Seedy's insisted that I bring you a portion so you could taste it for yourself.
I see. Well, then... Oh, yes. A perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight. A theme park of olfactory and gustatory attractions. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, all right. The cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out. What my true identity is. Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son of the owner of Seedy's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over cooking, you see. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what Seedy's restaurant needed to regain its former glory.
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back. So the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you find me?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes. Now let's get to it, shall we? Together. We'll make Seedy's a success again!
Alright, we got Chef's Hat, a lot of gil to help make up for the amount I spent. Max HP up, strength up, magic up.
That went well. A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say? That sounds rather tasty to me. Was it as good as he said?
Want me to pick you up some takeout?
You know what I'd prefer over that? If sometime you made me one of your specialty dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off the campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been told that I grill a pretty mean behemoth steak.
Are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself.
I'm curious. I might want to try that pretty mean behemoth steak.